I am Faculty of Science in SRN International School, Jagatpura, Jaipur. Dear learners, today we are going to read a very important chapter that is matter around us pure. In this subject video, we will be discussing a very important topic of this chapter is matter around us pure, and that is mixtures. Dear learners, we come across this word in our day-to-day life. For example, a mixture of particles, a mixture of substances, a mixture of colors. So mixture, you very well know, it's a word which indicates a combination of two or three substances. Now we will study in detail about the various type of mixtures and how they are formed in this particular unit. So let us start with what are mixtures. What is a mixture? A mixture is a substance that is constituted by more than one kind of pure form of matter. That is, definitely one or two or more substances are mixed together in order to form a mixture. For example, a mixture can be a mixture of fruit juices. You have mixed different type of fruit juices in order to form a very tasty uh, juice. So this is an example of mixture. So mixtures can have various forms. For example, they can be homogeneous mixture or they can be heterogeneous mixture. So in this particular unit we will see what are the different type of mixtures. So we have already discussed they can be homogeneous mixture or a heterogeneous mixture. Now a question comes in our mind how to differentiate between the two and how to form the two. So let us see how we can form a homogeneous mixture and how we can form a heterogeneous mixture. Let us come to the homogeneous mixture first. A homogeneous mixture is one in which the particles are uniformly distributed. Now what do we mean by the particles are uniformly distributed? I'll give an example for this. For example, we take some sugar in a glass of water and we dissolve the sugar into the glass of water. After some time, we see that the sugar has completely dissolved in water. Now, here the sugar is called as the solute and water is called as the solvent, and the mixture of sugar and solute is called as the solution. Now, if I ask you to take out the sugar from the sugar solvent, then it is not possible because it has already dissolved in the solvent. So now this kind of mixture is called as a homogeneous mixture. So we come to a conclusion, dear learners, regarding the homogeneous mixtures that if I can't take out the solute from the solvent back, then it is an example of a homogeneous mixture. Let us take one more example. Suppose I take one or two drops of ink and I dissolve it in water. The ink gets completely dissolved in water. Now here ink was in less quantity, so ink is a solute and water is a solvent. If I ask you to take out the ink back from the solvent, it is not possible. So such kind of mixture will be called as a homogeneous mixture because you are not able to take out the ink from the solvent. Now let us discuss about heterogeneous mixtures. A heterogeneous mixture is that in which the composition is not uniform throughout the mixture. Let us give another example of a heterogeneous mixture. I take some pebbles and I drop them in water. Here the pebbles are the solute and water is the solvent. Now, even if I try to dissolve the pebbles in water, the pebbles or the pieces of stones will not dissolve in water. I can easily separate these pebbles from water. So such kind of mixture where the solute can be separated from the solvent is called as a heterogeneous mixture. I can even filter the contents of the solute to get the solute out from the solvent. I can give you another example of a heterogeneous mixture. You took some wood dust or wood powder and you try to dissolve that in water. You very well know that the wood dust or the wood powder does not dissolve in water. So you can separate it out with the help of filtration. So this is also an example of a heterogeneous mixture. Let us So dear learners, next we are going to discuss about the properties of homogeneous mixtures. As I already discussed in the previous slide, what is a homogeneous mixture? A homogeneous mixture is that in which the solute cannot be separated out from the solvent. I had already given some very good examples in order to prove what is a homogeneous mixture. Let us think about salt being dissolved in water. If I dissolve salt in water and I ask you to take out salt back from water, it is not possible. So it is an example of a homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixtures are also the example of true solution because the solute once dissolved in the solvent cannot be retrieved back from the solvent. So let us discuss the properties of homogeneous mixtures in detail. Homogeneous mixtures have a uniform composition. In other words, I can say that the solute dissolves completely in the solvent. The components of a mixture are not visible by the naked eyes. That's true. Dear learners, if you dissolve some salt in the water, you will not be able to see the salt in the solution. So the components of mixture are not visible in case of a homogeneous solution or a homogeneous mixture. Now, it is difficult to separate, that is, the individual components cannot be separated by the physical methods. As already told to you, if the salt dissolves in water completely and forms a solution, now it is not possible to separate out the salt from the solvent. For example, it's already told that it is salt in water. It can be also sugar when dissolved in water forms a homogeneous mixture. Or if we take some little amount of chalk powder and dissolved in water, then it also becomes the example of homogeneous mixture because the solute cannot be retrieved back from the solvent once it has been dissolved totally. A homogeneous mixture also forms a clear solution, that is a transparent solution, and here the solute is not visible or is not properly removable from the solvent. Now let us discuss the properties of a heterogeneous mixture. Dear learners, before telling you the properties of a heterogeneous mixture, we can consider some good examples once again. If we take some metal pieces and dissolve in water, the metal pieces will not be soluble in the solvent. So this is an example of a heterogeneous mixture. Heterogeneous mixtures have non-uniform composition, that is, the separability is easier for the heterogeneous mixtures. The components of a heterogeneous mixture are visible even to the naked eyes. So, I can separate them. I can know that which is the solute, which is the solvent. Some examples are, for example, some metal pieces or some bigger pieces of pebbles dissolved in water. Some exceptions to this are colloids. Now let us discuss the difference. Learners, let us summarize the difference between homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures. As already told to you, a homogeneous mixture is that in which the solute can not be separated from the solvent, and a heterogeneous mixture is that in which the solute can be easily separated from the solvent. So this is the difference between the two. I hope you would have liked the subject video. I'll be coming with more subject videos in the coming future. Till then, God bless you.